Hey, what is up YouTube? I'm back again with another review. Today I wanted to share with you guys my new 4-cell 30 round AR mag Alice style ammo pouches. So I picked these up on eBay a couple weeks ago, and I've seen them pop up every now and then for the past year or so, and they look just like the regular Alice ammo pouches, except they hold 4 30 round instead of the standard 3, and you can almost fit 5. They do not have dividers. They weren't cut out. As you guys can see, there's no seam of where they ever were, and they even have like a fake little stamp that you really can't. Oh, I guess you could see it better on the camera than in person. But it says case small arms. Looks like 30 round for each. And then it says 100. I don't know. Like I said, it's definitely a fake stamp though, because that's not the style that they were using in the early 2000s. And this is all early 2000s material. I had a guy on one of the collector pages trying to tell me that these were actually from the 60s, but then when I would compare, you know, my 60s and 70s pouches, it's a clear difference, but he was convinced that these were from the 60s. I don't have an M67 ammo pouch on hand. They're all in storage, but here's compared to an 80s, 1986. I mean, yeah, you can spot the difference right away. Also, as a size comparison, these things look pretty small when compared to these, but they feature the same things. Grenade pouch on each side, US stamp, drain hole, Alice clips on the back, except instead of the grommet like on the original issued ones, you have a D-ring, which I think the D-ring definitely helps support the extra weight a lot better than had they just gone with the eyelet. I'd be worried about the eyelet ripping out, honestly. So I think that was definitely a smart choice. The magazines do kind of clack around a little bit, and I guess a quick fix to that would be duct tape around each magazine, which GIs did do. But when you compare that to an 86 or an original one, you know, it barely makes any noise at all. And the dividers are cut out on this one, actually. You can see where they were sewn, and then there's no dividers, which that was a common modifications that GIs did. And in the late 90s, early 2000s issued ones, they didn't even include the dividers. But I wanted to show you guys these. I got 2 of them. The seller did have one more. I thought about picking it up. I guess I'm not sure yet. But I am adding these to an updated Alice rig, and I do plan to do more Alice related videos in the future. But so far, I think that these are pretty neat. Like I said, with how much extra space, I'm not entirely too sure how I feel about them. Here's the inside. It's rubberized material. It's actually the same material when I compared it to a 2003 Flyers kit bag that I have. It's identical to this nylon, and it's water or rubberized. But I've seen these being sold before on eBay as experimental Alice and M1967 Alice, but I've never seen these talked about in any of my reference books. I did have one veteran tell me that towards the end of his enlistment, they issued him these. Again, you know, I'm not doubting him, because, you know, like Alice gear, for instance, it was issued, but it was primarily really only issued in the Air Force, and it was at the base level and even squadron level. So to write it off as oh, you know, that person's lying. I mean, they could be telling the truth. And in pictures, if they had two of these from a distance, it would be really hard to determine if these were the 4-cell or the 3-cell. But when you compare them side by side, you know, obviously it sticks out. But yeah, I think that they're neat. I definitely like them in the collection, but I'm gonna try them out and use them on my personal Alice rig, and I'll do an update for you guys. But I think they're pretty neat. Like I said, if I like the ability to carry one extra mag, and instead of having to carry 3 of these pouches, you could just carry 2 of these, or maybe even 2 of these and 1 of these if you wanted the extra ammo. You know, pretty modular, or you could set it up to how you like it. Now, I don't use PMags at all. I only have 1 PMag, and that's because the AR that I had came with one for free. But I would be curious to buy 3 extra PMags and to see on how they fit in these, because I know how sometimes people who use PMags talk about that that these pouches will fit, but will fit 3 PMags, but it is very tight. So I would be curious to try that with these and to see how much noise that they would make. I think if I do use these, or do choose these for my personal load carrying equipment, I am going to do that tape mod on the magazines, or maybe even switch to PMags, possibly. I don't know. I've never been a fan of PMags, nothing personal. I've never had any bad problems with them, but I just prefer the old school GI issue mags. So anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Remember to always like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.